What is up, Heffas and friends? Welcome to another Walk and Talk Wednesday. If you're new here to my channel, how are you doing? And welcome to another Walk and Talk with your girl, Jillian. If you are entirely new to my Walk and Talk Wednesdays, baby, welcome. And let me just give you a little bit of rundown on what to expect. Y'all, we are just here for a good time, not a long time. So essentially what we're going to do is just walk around, enjoy the sights and the views of our favorite parks. Today, we are at Universal Studios here in Orlando, Florida. And y'all, look at how I am dressed. This is like insane. I am like scarfed up. I have my heavy coat on that I typically only ever wear if I'm traveling to the Northeast or Pacific Northwest during a chillier time of the year. It is cold in Florida, y'all. And I'm not talking about being a wimpy little Floridian that's complaining when it drops below 70. Y'all, it is in the 50s. It's going to go down. It's probably actually in the upper 40s right now. It's going to get down to the 30s this evening. So I am bundled up, Heffas. I'm like, I am not canceling on you all. It's like I showed up on this Wednesday, baby, no matter how cold it is. And y'all, it's only going to get worse this week. But I think, not knowing 100%, because we all know climate change is real, but there's supposed to be some ice Saturday. I think Saturday is going to be the last coldest day. And then I think it's going to start warming back up as of next week. And y'all, I thought that like my winter days, quote unquote, winter days were over with here in Florida. So I had my coat out for the first day of the Festival of Arts over at Epcot and Disney. This was like a couple weeks back, super chilly, like in the 40s that evening. And then since then, it warmed up a little bit. It was like in the 70s, whatever, 60s. And I'm like, okay, I don't think I need this coat anymore because this happens, y'all, every single year in Florida. Now, I've only been here for, it's now going on close to 3 years. And it's always like this, y'all, in Orlando, Florida. There's always going to be a cold snap. And typically that we'll have like a few really cold days. And those days are great because you could take out those Ugg boots that you've been storing in your closet that have been collecting dust. You can get your crew neck sweater on, you can get your heavy coat on, but there's only like a handful of days you could really get away with dressing like that. Y'all, I got my Ugg boots, I got my Hufflepuff socks. Shout out to my Harry Potter house. And I'm like, I'm going to just enjoy this week, probably being the last week I'll be able to get my heavy coat on, my scarf on, and my Ugg boots on here in Florida. But you know what, y'all, I've been doing a lot of talking. Let's get the walk in. So you'll see in front of me, they have the last show actually going on for the horror and makeup show. If you ever find yourself here in Universal Studios, Florida, I highly recommend it. It's a fun show. And also, like, who doesn't like a little bit of air conditioning when it's hot and you just want to get out of the bad weather and be entertained at the same time? So the staff and the crew that put this together do an exceptional job. So it's fun. It's included in your park ticket. So I highly recommend it. Oh, yes. Judy, tell the people where you're located. Just don't give your whole address. Fraud is real. And y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know, is it cold where you're at? Because I know that the southern region has been getting pummeled with snow and just icy weather. I know that, of course, like the Northeast, shout out to my HEPA fam that's in New York, New Jersey. I feel for y'all. I feel for y'all because I know you're going through it. My Connecticut babes, just my New England, my Massachusetts family. You all are in my thoughts. And in the South, y'all, it's crazy. As someone who is a native Southerner, I have definitely dealt with my fair share of extremely cold weather in the South. And I think sometimes people assume, especially if you've never visited the South, that it's just pretty hot and warm. Like, depending on where you're at in the South, baby, you will experience all of the seasons. The summers are a little bit longer than some other parts of the country, but you'll experience all seasons. That is not the same here in Florida. Florida, it's pretty much most of the year very warm, much to my chagrin. So stay warm out there, y'all. If you are trying to survive, like, hunker down. Y'all, I personally am planning on doing my little shopping at some point toward this week because of the ice that's supposed to be coming in on Saturday. I'm like, let me go ahead and get my milk, bread, and eggs. So that's also a very Southern thing, y'all. If we even expect an inch of snow, everyone's going to run to the grocery store. Everyone is going to get all their supplies, and we're going to act as if the end of the world is coming when really you're just getting an inch of snow. But to be fair to everyone who lives in the South, you all really got hit. This wasn't no little 1 inch of snow. Y'all got hit for real, for real. Yes, Nashville, for real. Like super cold. Y'all, my mom, who's in the chat, she sent me this hilarious reel on Instagram. And it was basically, you all in Nashville are just partying right now. Y'all are really leaning into the snow day. And I love that for you. On the Instagram reel, y'all, there's like a group of friends on like a canoe, and they're just like, they almost like using like a sled, sliding down the snowy street in Nashville. And then the camera panned over, and the Nashvillians have their tent out, have their drinks, everyone's bundled up, got their Christmas lights outside, just having a good time. Yes. And you all tell me, what are some of your favorite snacks? For those of you all that do experience some really bad weather wherever you're at, and you're like hunkered down and you go to the grocery store and you have to get your snack on. For me, I'm trying to actually think, what are some of my favorite snacks? Okay, so I'm bougie. You all know I'm a little bougie adjacent, okay? So I feel like for me, I'd want to have some avocados so I can make some avocado toast or put some avocado on my bagel and have some microgreens, get my little lox. What else would I like if I was like shut in? I'd have to have my Java, of course. I'd have my coffee. I'd have my nut pods creamer. Um, y'all, I'm trying to think. So like if I really wanted to like be a little, naughty with my snacks, I love me a good little Debbie treat, but I'm very particular about the little Debbie treats. So I would probably get like those oatmeal cream pies. Oh my gosh, those are so good. And some popcorn. And y'all, I've even started to get a little bougie adjacent with my popcorn, because it used to be that I would straight up, just grab some like Pop Secret or whatever, and put it in the microwave, pop it up. Y'all, I got a little like basic popcorn maker, and I can't even go back to microwave popcorn anymore. I have to home make. She has to home make her popcorn now, because that's where we're at in life. Yes. Shout out to all of my Nashvillians. And y'all, while we are walking and talking, I try to be a little bit fancy, Judy. I try to be fancy for the people, okay? And in case y'all missed my most recent video that I posted yesterday, as a matter of fact, yesterday evening, your girl was on the struggle bus. I was like, please get this video out, Jillian. You got to get this video out, because y'all, I'm trying to, in the new year, I'm like, we got to stay consistent with our content. And y'all, so I purchased, this was like my little Christmas gift purchase, a Ninja Luxe Cafe Pro. But y'all, she is emerald. She is gold. She is on her way to the Emerald City. Okay. Just embodying the Dorothy realness. Forget Dorothy. Dorothy got kicked out of the house, y'all. That's where, with this coffee machine, it's not Dorothy's house. It is Elphaba's house. Okay. It is giving me all the Wicked vibes. So check that video. Even if you're not a big espresso machine lover, I think you would appreciate some of the footage, because y'all, it is the prettiest coffee machine I have ever owned. And it was certainly worth the price tag. And it was just a little gift. Okay. It's okay to treat yourself. But y'all, speaking of Elphaba and Oz, I recognize this is something I meant to film a long time ago, and just life got in the way. But I wanted to take you to the Wicked store to check out what they have going on in terms of the merch, because of course, in celebration in honor of Wicked for Good / Wicked 2, they have some really cool merch. So y'all, let's go ahead and check out this merch. And especially, I'm feeling so inspired by my little coffee machine. Y'all, I'm telling you, the green and gold is everything. That 2026 is the year of green and gold, y'all. I think we can all use a little green in our lives. But let's check out the merch. So if you ever come here during the day, typically they'll have photo op here with Glinda and with Elphaba, which is really nice. And y'all, I love the fact that it is empty. because the weather, like the park really cleared out. And I'm like, yes, it gives me some time to, hang out with my heifers without wanting to kill anybody. But y'all check out the Glinda replica dress, of course, worn slash inspired by Miss Ariana herself. And y'all, I always like think when I look at these costumes, it's crazy how small the actors are. And I'm just like, whoo, just when your girl thinks she lost a little bit of weight and she thinks she could do whatever she wants. And I look at this and I'm like, oh no, I still got a long ways to go, y'all. A long ways to go. But it's so pretty. In the costuming, I have not seen, so we talked about this in one of my streams, y'all. I have not seen Wicked 2 yet. I have seen the first one. I have not seen the second one yet. I am so far behind. And I think my sister had mentioned in the comments that she actually has Wicked 2. So I need to just go into her room and bug her and have her put it on for me because y'all, I haven't seen it and I've heard mixed things about it. So let me know in the comments what you think about Wicked for Good. I've heard either people really like it or really don't for various reasons, right? And then here is Elphaba's, or not Elphaba's, got y'all, Glinda's pajamas, her PJs. Love it. And y'all, look at how cute the room is here. And we have that hat. Y'all know Glinda was doing my girl Elphaba wrong. She knew that that hat was going to be a hot mess. See, this is why I can't stand boys. But Elphaba was like, that's fine because you may not look good in that hat, but I know I will rock this. So back off. Back off, Glinda. And y'all, just like, again, like this is Elphaba's nightwear. And I'm just like, and this was something that other people have pointed out about Cynthia and Ariana is that they just look so tiny because it looked like they probably lost like a ton of weight. And I'm sure just between the singing, the moving your body around, you're probably like burning all those calories and just like stressed as well. So that will do something to you, y'all. But yes, look at the costuming. I absolutely love it. And y'all, here's Elphaba's sister. I'm like, what's her name again? Let's see if they have her name up here. I forget Elphaba's sister's name because she's trifling. Okay, she is so trifling, y'all. Jealousy is a disease. Okay, but listen, those shoes are fierce. She had those shoes, and that's like something that I think people really didn't care for from what I've heard of the second film is that it seemed a little bit too like dark and I think that the story moved really fast. So you all have to tell me like what do you think? But seeing the costumes certainly makes me of course excited to see it when we're able to see it. And can you imagine like if this was your uniform going to school? When you all were in school, assuming that those of you all, most of you who watch my channel are already past your school years. Could you imagine wearing something like this, baby? Now, let me tell you, this was your school uniform. You were at a very expensive school, okay? Because that just looks like money. And y'all, we have Madame Warble's costume here. Again, like, come on, Ariana, come on, girl. Now, I know that a lot of people got upset about Ariana's boo thing. And y'all, I don't know. I don't keep up. I am a celebrity's worst, I would say, enemy in this sense, or like their greatest nightmare, but also probably their greatest blessing because I don't really care about getting into celebrities business. Now, that's not to say I don't, I don't have a little key over reading about celebrity news, but I just don't really keep up with people's lives because I'm like, listen, I got too much going on in my life to keep up with you. But I will say, no matter what you think about that situation with Ariana Grande and whether she stole that man or not, I'm like, he probably just, I mean, if he wanted to stay, he would have stayed with his woman. So two people can be culpable in this, not just Ariana. Not me trying to defend Ariana Grande like she needs my help, girl. But I point all that out to say that no matter what you say about Ariana, the girl is talented. Ariana Grande she is the full package. She can act, she's hilarious. If you all happen to miss, Ariana had, I want to say this was either this year or last year, hosted SNL, and she's still hosted SNL like 3 or 4 times. She is hilarious each and every time. She's so good. And y'all see the costumes over here, just so pretty. And let's get into the merch, okay? And y'all, am not, I'm going to try to walk out of here without spending any of my coin, but they have like this wicked jacket over here. Let's see how much she costs. All right, y'all. She $100. But y'all, because I'm an annual pass holder, thankfully I get a little bit of a discount if I happen to see something that I want. But y'all, Disney and Universal kill me with the merch. There's not anything on the back of the jacket, but the jacket feels like it's pretty good material. So we have that. Let's see, we have the Wicked Spirit jersey. So we have the Emerald City. This is the back. This is gorgeous. And then like the front of it has the Wizard of Oz balloons. And y'all, I guarantee you, I know my Spirit jerseys. This is probably going to run you 80. Let's see if I can find the price on this. All right, y'all. I was just off by 5. So the Spirit jersey is going to run you 85. So pretty close. And they have the really cute bag. This bag is 90, but pretty cute. But you see what I mean? If you wanted the whole fit and you wanted to dress to impress, y'all, you would be spending a lot. If you want that whole outfit, you're going to be spending your money. Universal does not have any problem taking it either. Ooh, y'all. So I haven't seen this. I do like this all green, and you see like the eyes, that green on green print. I do like this. I love things that are subtle like this. There's nothing on the back, but this is really nice. And like, also, here's my thing, y'all, because Disney does this too. We're in Florida. I'm like, a lot of the merch is long sleeve, and I don't understand. So, y'all, the sweater is 70 because I'm like, most of the year you couldn't wear it. We have the Oz polka dot here as well. Ooh. Y'all, we have the Wicked hat here. The hat is going to run you, let's see, $30. That's too terrible, y'all. We have this shirt, and I like this too. Again, I love a little black on black action. Like, you can never go wrong with that. Let's see the videos. They have like, wow, don't they have like everything? I do have the keychain, and I put my pass for Universal in that. And I'll show you all if I can remember once we leave, because I don't want these people thinking that I stole something. Where, listen, I'm not allowed to go to jail on this day, y'all. But listen, they have like the chargers here, which are so cute, and then like the matching plates, which depending on your style, because I think something like this would be good if your decor is more like Art Deco. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise this is not going to work. So that's what, for me, if someone were to ask me my little opinion. Art Deco, that set will look gorgeous. And y'all, I love this like wicked crop top. This is really pretty. And let's see, the crop top, y'all. How much is she? Okay, y'all, the crop top is 37. And then they have the hat here. This is hilarious. And it had, okay, I appreciate the little touch. They have a little Wicked logo at top. And y'all, this is going to run you $20. I actually think that that's about fair for what this is. Let me see. Okay, yeah, the band actually is a good material. The inside feels a little deep, y'all, just a little bit. But they have like this whole, like the screen here with the crew talking about like the making of the film and like the wizard's kind of control device here, the mechanical head. And then y'all, so this is the crop top I actually purchased. This was like a few weeks back that I thought was super cute. Y'all, look at her. She is beautiful. Do you see what I mean by like that Art Deco design? This is absolutely gorgeous, and I haven't actually worn it out yet because it hasn't really been super hot. Like, it's been pretty mild slash cold here, but in the summer, you're not gonna be able to tell me nothing. And the crop top is 37. But this one, I like this one better than the black wicked one, although that one was cute. I love a good southern shirt, but I like that one a little bit more. And y'all, this one's pretty too. Let me show you my favorite merch. Now, I did not buy this, but I see it and I keep thinking about it. But y'all, look at the pillows. Look how beautiful this is. And y'all, I keep every time I come to Universal, and I remember when I saw that they rolled this out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want this. But I'm like, it doesn't really match my decor and what I have at home. And y'all, the pillow is gonna run you 35, and this is the longer one. So this is really good if you have like a long couch, a sectional, anything like that, or if you want to put it on your bed, honey, you do you. And especially if you have, depending on the color scheme you're working with. My walls are pretty much a neutral gray, so like you can make anything work with gray. I love that. And y'all, if you're like that pillow's too big, they also have these smaller ones, and these are really pretty too. So this one is going to run you about, mm, let's see, y'all. This one's going to run you. Uh, oh, here we go up here. 35, y'all. So that's how much this pillow is. It's $35. You'll see how pretty it has like the gold tassels on the side. You can see here. You know, I love this pillow, but I'm just like, oh, I'll have to really think about it and see how I would want to make it work. And they have, of course, some food, some little sweet treats. So they have chocolates, little cake pops, things like that. You know, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not interested in any of this. The chocolate coins look really cool, but I remember one time I had purchased one of the chocolate frogs, you know, from like Harry Potter here, and all the quality of the chocolate was not it. And I was like, all right, noted. It too gimmicky. When something is probably like more style than substance that tells you everything you need to know. And then of course they have like, this is really cute. Like, you know, a little travel bag, a bag within a bag. And y'all, this is gonna run you 35. So I think this is pretty. And then they just have so much stuff, y'all. Like we could cover so many things in here. There's we have our another Wicked Spirit tea, and this time we have like our characters in the back. So getting more into Dorothy and the traditional Wizard of Oz story and that merging into Wicked for Good. But we have this, I guarantee you this is gonna be 85. This is gonna be probably the same price. Y'all, this is, yep, 85. This is the back. And then here, y'all, you have like the Wicked logo on this. But yeah, and it's like that ombre, which I do like the front. This is really cool. And like I said, the characters in the back. So that one's not bad. I prefer just like my Linda Elphaba tees. You know, they have like a little snow globe here. This is another shirt that I picked up. This one. And typically I don't get things that have like the actor's face on it, but I just love the way that this looked. This shirt I'm super excited about. And also this shirt is a little bit like it's meant to fit oversized. But y'all, just to let you know for your awareness, this one is going to run you this shirt $37. They have like kid sizes for the Wicked for Good. They also have the bags here. So there's a lot of really great options. So as soon as Wicked 2 came out, y'all, they went ahead and just completely like went in and swapped out on the merch. These headbands are cute. I don't think I've ever noticed these. Y'all like the headband. What do you think? Drop down in the comments. Let me know if there's anything that you saw that you felt like you would get if you were here. Let me know. I'm curious. Some things I'm like, no, like this, absolutely not. I mean, like I'm sure you could wear this somewhere. And this would be like a cute little costume, right? Wear it out. But I just prefer like the shirts, right? Even things like this. I'm like, I don't know how people wear Like the not that this is, of course, Harry Potter. This is Elphaba and her coat, but y'all, this you just cannot get away with this. And like, shout out to my girlies who wear the Harry Potter robes because most of the time it's so hot. And y'all look at how you see how they have the mannequin dressed up so you can hook it up. But I'm just like, it's not for me, sis, especially when you have the white. I would be too afraid of getting something on it. Yeah, even more of the shirts. You know, I'm going to show you the last thing I'm going to show you all. I didn't want to get in the way because there was someone that was looking. But let me tell you, I'm like, it's a scam. It's a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the BS. So I remember I first saw these bags. And I'm like, oh, these bags are really cute. Like, especially this one. And y'all, look. So now they have the bag, right? So let's talk about how much the bag is. So it's one of the lug bags. This is how much are you? Actually, I can't see the price y'all on this, but I guarantee you y'all this bag is probably 50. I need to see if I can find the price on it, but they have these bags, y'all. And at first, I looked at it and I was, oh, wow, that's interesting. I guess it's like a little travel bag. No, y'all, here are the straps. So what's cool is that you can pick out the strap that you want. So of course, I think like how they intended this was that the green strap is intended for the black bag. And then of course for this one, you have the kind of like pinkish, purplish, and blue, I guess like periwinkle color here. Like, you've got to be kidding me. And they have like a larger size of this. But I'm like, I know y'all are fronting. So is that what we're doing now? It's like you now have to get the bag and then the strap separately. I don't think so. And the bag is cute. But I'm like, y'all aren't about to get me universal. Listen, I purchased a couple of the shirts. I purchased my little wicked keychain. Yo, let me actually get it out now that we're outside the store because I was like, listen, I don't want anybody, not in this day and age. Let's see if I have it. Yeah, so y'all, I have the I don't know if you can really see it, the wicked little like badge holder here. So, and I purchased this like so many weeks ago, and I got some charms and everything to go because I purchased a lanyard too. Because we try to coordinate over here, but because it's so cold, I just went ahead and took the badge holder out. Because I'm like, I'm not even going to try to deal with the lanyard tonight because I have my coat and I'm all bundled up. So I'm like trying to make life a little bit easier. So let's continue. Like we're going to keep getting our walk on over here, and as we're walking, what did you all think? I did get some charms, and we can go back in. Let's see, because I don't know if they still, and I'm sure they probably have a few. So I purchased a few charms previously to go with my Wicked lanyard, and my charms are so cute. I love my little charms. Let's actually go back in really quick and see if they happen to have any more of the charms here because I think they're over near the cash register. So just to give you a little bit for my girlies out there that love a good charm, especially like if you want something on your lanyard, on your bag. So yeah, we have a few things. I can't tell. I think these are like more so. So yeah, y'all. So here are some of the charms here that you can use. So I want to say, I think I got this one, y'all. And I love it. It's like, let's get our camera on. But you will see it has like, it's this wicket right here, and it has like the characters on here. And so this is so cute. We have like Dorothy right here, the Tin Man. This is like so nice, y'all. So I really love this. And I just love gold, y'all. Who doesn't love little gold? But this is gonna run you 17. But I absolutely love it. And then, y'all, you can also get more of the pins and things for your lanyard as well. So this is really pretty. This is new. I've never noticed this one before. I actually have this one for my lanyard that I pinned on there. And I also have this one. But these, y'all, these are so pretty. You see, this is like the scarecrow. And I'm wondering, oh, y'all, I think it opens up too. What up, Whitney? Listen, you done missed the whole look at the Wicked merch. But y'all, they have so many cute things. Now, well, listen, you knew what time this was going to. Well, listen, when you look at these pillows, aren't these pretty? I'll show you this just because you popped on. But I love the pillows. Yeah, y'all. So they're a ton of the merch. Listen, y'all, she knew. She knew. Yeah, the pillows are, y'all, I'm going to be thinking about the pillows. I'm going to be thinking about it. And y'all, give me 2.2 seconds because I feel like I'm having a little bit of a technical issue because I'm like, why can I not see myself, y'all? Give me 2.2 seconds. Okay, y'all. So you know that we love technical difficulties. So as long as y'all can still hear me, that's all that really matters. So I'm like, why am I? Y'all, I'm telling you, technical issues are the absolute worst. Give me 2.2 seconds, y'all. Let me see if I can, because I'm like, I don't see myself anymore. Why is that? Okay, here we go. Let's get our camera going. There we go, girlies. All right. We're back and in charge. And so if you are just now joining, welcome to Walk and Talk. And y'all, catch the replay when this is posted on Twitch and on YouTube at Java and Journeys 24. And you can see the full suite of merch that we highlighted, as well as the costumes for Wicked 2. And y'all, as we're walking, it is so crazy again. It is, I don't want to say empty, but it's definitely not crowded. And that is the one benefit. Anytime, like right now, also, it's not peak season. And there's nothing exceptionally special going at Universal right now. But what is upcoming is the Mardi Gras Festival. Y'all, I cannot wait for Mardi Gras. I was actually, when I got here, I was looking around to see, I think they have some booths set up, but they're still working on it. And you already know, Heffas, I'm going to be filming. We're going to try some of the food. If I'm not mistaken, last year during Mardi Gras, some of the food was good, some of it not so good. So we'll see, y'all, what the food is going to be given this year. And I hate the fact that given that, because you know your girl always loves to make a plug. So I went to New Orleans New Year's Day, and it was a quick, y'all, 24-hour trip to New Orleans. And I wish, because at that time they didn't have the place I went to, Kuchan Butcher. Check out the video, y'all, if you want to see it. But they actually have king cakes that they made. And I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, they have them in different varieties. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never had a homemade king cake. So shout out, drop down in the comments if you have had homemade king cake. I never have. So I don't know how good it is, but I wish that they had it available at that time because I absolutely would have gotten a king cake. And y'all, we are passing by the whole Minions area as we're walking and talking. And so, yeah, on my list, y'all, of things to do, I need to watch Wicked 2 at some point so that way I can tell you all what I think about it. That's on my list. As I mentioned, we're not trying to go to jail. So it's also on my list for this year. It's not going to jail for nobody. And I would highly recommend y'all, and I put this in the description for this video. Things are so heavy right now in the world, and it's really tough. You know, I mean, listen, because sometimes people be testing you. Sometimes people be testing you. And y'all, do whatever you can to not let anyone, especially the people who you work with, to take you to a place where you feel like you just want to just like give them a little tap. Give them a little tap. You know what I mean? A little wig pull. Because sometimes some people in life put you in that position. Even here at the parks, this is what I love, y'all. Like, look at this. Y'all, like crowds food, crowds wear. This is lovely, y'all. This is great. I'm going to enjoy this. Because also, there are people who don't know how to act when they come to Universal, when they come to Disney. SeaWorld, it doesn't matter. Some people just don't know how to act. And people being aware of the space around them is at an all-time low. So if ever you feel that you are in a place where you thought to just snatch someone, listen, take a breath, don't go to jail. I think that is the goal for all of us. We're all trying to stay out of jail. Because while you have like those things that are going on like day to day, you're trying to keep like your head straight. And y'all, speaking of staying out of jail, Fast and Furious, they are actually building a roller coaster, if I'm not mistaken, back here. So we know that Universal, for those who all keep up with this kind of stuff, Universal Hollywood, the Fast and Furious roller coaster looks insane. It's like on the edge of like the cliff. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I don't know that I'm going to get on it, y'all, because I have motion sickness. But yes, they're going to be building Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift back here. And if you all notice, like this backdrop is New York back here. That's a little strange, y'all. Okay, I see what's happening. So, y'all, depending on where I'm walking, the signal sometimes get lost. And when that happens, my camera drops out, but it's okay. Bear with me. But yeah, y'all, that's going to be exciting. And I don't know that I'm going to get on it because I was about to say, I'm about to talk trash. Like, oh my God, I can't wait to ride it. Y'all, I have not even been on the Velocicoaster. And how long did I say I've been here for? Close to 3 years. Y'all, the motion sickness just takes me. And here's the thing, like, yes, I've had Dramamine before, but there was this one time where my sister and I, we just took too much Dramamine. And this is why you need to read the instructions and stick with what the instructions recommend. Because clearly the instructions said, like, maybe I'm going to make something up, y'all. Like, maybe like take one every like 4 hours or something like that. Well, I think we each like took two, thinking like, okay, well, let's just take two to be safe. And y'all, the next day, I want to say, I just felt out of it, like drowsy, tired. So I have not actually taken any more Dramamine. There's this other like natural like ginger supplement that I try to take for motion sickness, but you have to take it like 30 minutes before you get on like a ride or whatever activity you're doing. You know, we're just walking through. Look at this, y'all. Look at this, honey. You know, we're just having a good old time walking through New York. This is stuff dreams are made of, y'all. Just hanging out on a Wednesday with low crowds because no one wants to be out here when it's cold. What you talking about, Whitney? Come on, I'm not. So, oh, you're probably talking about me getting on the roller coaster. Yeah, I'm probably not. Well, I don't know. Let me just see what it looks like. Dang. You see how people already be trying to count you out? Okay. Listen, maybe a goal that I have this year is I'll try something new. And maybe trying something new is getting on the roller coaster. Y'all, that's another thing. We talked about New Year's resolutions in my last live stream and goal setting. Don't let anyone tell you what you aren't or are going to do. Okay? They don't know you like that. They're not like us. Maybe you're someone that has motion sickness and you typically don't get on the roller coaster, but maybe you will give it a shot in 2026, okay? Don't let anyone stop you from achieving your goals, baby. And y'all, I feel like I need to get my job on. I see the Starbucks and I'm like, some coffee sounds really good, but we're gonna keep it moving, y'all. We'll keep it moving. So I am curious to see how that's going to look. And of course, when Fast and Furious, actually, I don't see, my co-producer was with me. He's like roaming around doing something else out here. He would know and he would tell me. And for those of y'all that are very new, let me tell you all, the hustle is deep. The struggle is real. So I call my husband my co-producer because he is like literally one of the smartest people I know, like good at trivia. And more specifically, he's someone that knows everything of what's going on across all the major theme parks. And so he typically will share information with me. So when I'm talking with you all, I try to come across as Expert is an insult. Like I know a little bit what's going on. And half the time that's because he feeds me the information. And I'm like, thank you, co-producer. So that's why I call him my co-producer. When I'm talking about the struggle bus, y'all, I wish that my husband was like my tried and true co-producer, like editing my stuff. Y'all, when I tell you I am trying so hard, I'm like, we're just in January. We're going to be moving out of January officially next week. And I am trying to stay on top of like editing footage, whether it's shorts, long form. So for those of you all who are in the business of content creating, let me know, like, what are your tips and tricks? I started using this platform called Opus Clips for my shorts. Try out Opus Clips, y'all. It's so good. And it is what helps me like create a bunch of shorts because y'all, I can't manually do this stuff. It takes up so much time. And I'm like, I for real need to be making all sorts of bags so I can pay someone. And not because like I like editing, it just takes a lot of time. And I'm like, I could crank out footage like it's nobody's business if I had an editor, y'all. And then here is, for those of y'all who are unfamiliar, this is the Fast and Furious ride experience. It's not a roller coaster, y'all. It's like a simulation, I would say. And the queue and the ride is in this area. And all of this is going to shut down. And I don't know what they're going to actually turn this into. So that will be interesting to see, especially because it's like you go from New York and then you end up in San Francisco. So you have like Fisherman's Wharf, you have Alcatraz, and it's like Jaws themed over here. Lombard, y'all. Lombards is that girl. So another thing to put on your list, even if you don't like seafood, they have a few non-seafood related items, but like y'all, Lombards is so good. It's so good. I like highly recommend it. And y'all, we're passing through King's Cross. I'm gonna see if we're gonna get lucky and capture the dragon blowing some fire. Half the time I can't get it. But I figure I have y'all with me. We're gonna see. But yeah, y'all, here we are. There's Simpsons Land, which is rumors that is probably in the future. There are no dates, y'all. Pure speculation that's probably going to convert over to something else. And I'm actually curious. I'm like, what is that going to convert over to? It'll be interesting to see what Universal does. And I'm like, Universal, come on now. Give the people what they want. Keep things interesting. Because Epic Universe is on the struggle bus just a little bit when it comes to their operations, y'all. I am nervous because I've not been back to Epic Universe in forever. I would like to go back at some point this year just to like pop over there. But y'all, the wait times and stuff are so terrible. They haven't even opened up a pass for season pass holders. Cry me a river. Here's a little violin playing for my woes. But I was hoping, and everyone was like speculating, of course, when they were going to actually open up passes for season pass holders and make it more accessible to go. Because y'all not trying to spend like $120, $150, however much it costs, depending on the day, to go to Epic Universe. Like to keep paying for that a pop is like insane. It's like, listen, I'm not Beyonce. So I'm not even gonna hold you. Now, like, subscribe, and share, baby. Help your girl get to the path of monetization. That way she can afford all her little funding her trips to Epic Universe. Y'all, I don't think the dragon, I don't even know that they have it on. But I don't see anyone standing around because you could always tell people are standing around with their cameras. And it would not shock me because it's so cold. They probably have it off right now. Look how creepy the dragon looks. And you see it's a bit busier. Let me stand over to the side. It's a bit busier here in Diagon Alley. So this is so cool. It never gets old. And y'all, even though it's a bit busier back here, this is nothing. This is nothing. Because typically it is like very packed, like shoulder to shoulder, elbow, like you'll reach out, you'll just like hit someone. It's still some space here. So this is like really cool. I always love coming back here, y'all. And are you excited? Drop down in the comments. Let me know. Are you excited about the Harry Potter show that's going to be at what? I think it's on. Where is the show actually going on? I think HBO. So that's going to be really cool when that starts up. And y'all, I'm not even finished all the Harry Potter films. I've read the books. It's been years, but I've read all the books, so I know what happens. Um, but it, like, I think the last Harry Potter film I saw, y'all, was like the fourth one, I think. And then, y'all, I stopped. And I think it's just because I have a horrible habit of sticking with, even when it's like a show or a movie, if there are multiple series, oh, y'all, is there something? Okay, no, I don't think. Okay, I thought I heard some rumbling. I was about to run back over, but I think it was just me. I think it was something else going on back here. Um, but when it comes to certain shows and when it comes to certain movies, if it's like multiple parts, you could probably hook me in for like the first few, but then afterwards I lose track. Like you really have to do something to keep me engaged. And not that Harry Potter isn't engaging, but I think I just lost track. I completely lost track. So all the films are on HBO, so I need to check them out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the new Harry Potter. It's going to be cute to see kind of like a new generation of people reprise the roles, and hopefully it will do really well. But y'all, yeah, Diagon Alley at night. And let's keep moving, y'all. We're just making our rounds. I think we'll make our way over around like the Simpsons land and come back out. But yeah, y'all, I like feel like I have a short list of shows. Like over the holiday break, I got a chance to see quite a few shows that I was happy to catch up on. There's still so much though. There's like no way to finish everything. Like absolutely not. But I wanted to say in all my talks around like goals and like what are some things you want to accomplish and do like in jest, but really and truly y'all stay safe out there. It is crazy. I don't know what's happening. Well, I do. As a Black woman, I get what's happening. And y'all, typically, I don't go into too much politics. I actually thought about y'all starting a second kind of series called Coffee and Conversations. I think I talked about this in one of my other live streams, and I haven't done it yet because y'all, again, going back to like the editing, and this is not my full time job. Your girl has a whole nother job. So it feels like I have two jobs basically with the content creation and then, actually focusing, really honing on the job that pays me. Um, there's just not enough time in the day. But I thought about doing another live stream just to talk about like y'all, it's similar to this. Like we could talk about whatever you all want to talk about, right? We could talk about the parks, we could talk about stuff that's going on, as long as it doesn't get too crazy in the comments, okay? I'm always happy to chat about whatever. And the thing is, there's been so much going on that sometimes I don't know how any of us are keeping it together because you see the stuff going on in the world around you, and then you still are expected to show up for your families, show up at work. And especially if you're personally affected by some of the things that are happening, more specifically here in the US, I'm just going to say right now, if you are someone who is coming in from another country, especially being in Orlando, Florida, for me, someone who lives here, is a very heavy tourism based city. A lot of our economy is thrives on you coming and visit. Even if you live in another part of the US, like Orlando wouldn't be Orlando if we didn't have people coming in to visit, which is why it's a loss on me why we're doing the things that we're doing, and not we as in like Florida specific, although Florida has a lot of issues. Some people are boycotting coming to this state because of the policies and our government and all that. I don't blame them. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess here. But if you live in another country, I would highly recommend just if you can reconsider coming over here right now, I would recommend reconsidering. I get it. If you're like, listen, I've already spent the coin, I can't get the refunds. I get it. So then make sure that you give your passport information to a trusted friend, multiple trusted friends. So in case something happens to you, someone knows at least the last place you were at, because y'all, that's how real it's getting over here while we're walking through Simpsons. It is just so kooky over here. I don't recommend the Simpsons ride. It is pretty terrible. Do it just to say you did it if you've never done it, but it's terrible. So just like how I wouldn't recommend the Simpsons ride, I wouldn't recommend coming over here right now. Like, I wouldn't. There's a lot of stuff happening to people. A lot of people are just getting snatched up. And I just think that things are so uncertain at the moment that your safety is the utmost priority. So if you do not have to come over here, baby, don't. Do not. Stay home, stay safe until things get a little bit better. And when that will be, I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. But I just think that it's hard right now living in a country, and I know that there's a lot of people who don't want to hear this, but I also just don't want to be callous to the fact, because there's a lot of people who do this kind of content and they don't really talk politics, and I get it. Like, I typically don't, but I feel like things are happening so much. I thought about, if I do the coffee and conversations, leaning into more of these kind of topics for that and keeping it a little bit on the lighter note, but stuff is just happening so much. I don't know when I'll be able to do this second live stream, but just, things are heavy. Be careful, be safe. If you don't have to come over here, I don't recommend it. But if you are going to travel over here, whether you're coming from another state, which is kind of sad that I have to say that, but even more specifically, if you're coming here from another country, just please make sure you tell like your closest friends and family, like where you're going, that they have your passport information, everything that they need in case something happens. And I don't want to say it to be scary, it's just being real. Because the things that have happened here, especially to people who are US citizens, with Alex Preddy, with Renee Good, there have been other people who have been victims to what's happening here, and losing their lives. It's just extremely sad. It's extremely troubling. And I think it would be remiss if I just didn't say that this is not acceptable. But is it, in fact, who America is? Absolutely. Like, a lot of people are like, I don't know. This is not the America I know. This is absolutely the America that I know as a Black woman. So, at least one, I guess, like, silver lining is that people are starting to wake up and like take the rose colored glasses off. But I'm just like, yo, this is what so many people have been complaining about for so long. So just like, be careful. Yeah, I agree, Whitney. Only right, like, do not, y'all. This feels so insensitive going back over between these topics, but again, I'm going to emphasize, just like how I talked about Simpsons. Don't do the ride. Don't come here. Don't do the ride. If you're going to come here and risk it all, don't risk it all for the. Just don't. You're going to be so disappointed unless it's like less than, as my sister was saying, 15-minute wait. Heck, I almost want to say 10 minutes. I don't even know that I would wait 10 minutes or 20 for Simpsons. It's so terrible, y'all. I remember, to pick things up on a lighter note, I remember I got so upset at my husband because we were at the time at Universal Studios Hollywood, and this is for Horror Nights. Y'all, we had one more house to go to, and this was some years ago. We had one more house to go to, and this fool decided that he wanted to get on the Simpsons ride. And I was like, okay, well, I'll wait. I'm thinking he's just gonna, because there was not a wait for Simpsons. So I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna be quick. He's gonna, go on the ride and then come back. And y'all, the ride took him forever because the pre-show was long. I was so heated because by the time he finished the ride and he came out, they weren't letting anyone stand in the queue for the house because they were getting ready to close. Y'all, I was heated. I don't think I spoke to him for the rest of the night. I absolutely did. I was like, I'm done. I was so mad. I'm like, we were here to go to Horror Nights, and you chose to get on the Simpsons ride instead of us just going to this house. I could not understand what possessed him. He was like, I didn't realize it was going to take that long. I mean, to be fair, he didn't, and I didn't either. But y'all, the spirit told me to just leave him and go ahead and do the house on my own. But look at me trying to be the good person that I am. And I was like, no, I'll just wait. I'll just wait. So y'all, don't wait for anyone. Sometimes you got to leave some people behind. If there's something that you really want to do and someone tells you to wait a moment and you already know that you're going to miss your moment if you wait, then you have to tell them, listen, I got to do what I have to do. If you're able to join me, then join me, but I got to go. Bye. And the same thing y'all told my mom. She's good. Judy is good now. But I was like, listen, you don't get this passport, you will get left. You will get left. And I'll be waving to you on my plane to France. Or, yeah, I don't know where I'm going. I'm just saying that if we ever have to get out of here because of how crazy things are, Judy is good now. But y'all, I was like, Judy, you're going to be left. You're going to be left and you're going to have no one to blame but yourself. But we good, y'all. The family got passports. We're passing by nails. And y'all, we're back where we started at the top of the walk and talk at the horror makeup show, which is done for the evening. And so if you ever find yourself over here, you can see the show times posted, and I'll show you all like right outside the show here. And so that way, you know, you can come over. But this is such a cute little show, so I highly recommend it. But yeah, y'all, do what you have to do. Stay safe out there. Stay prayed up. And if you're someone where you're like, listen, I'm atheist, girly, do you get your crystals? Like whatever it is you believe in, you better lean in and dig into that in 2026. Because y'all, just when I keep thinking, oh, it's gonna get better. Y'all, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. So this is why you need to tune in, because we're going to keep each other uplifted in this channel, y'all. And these walk and talks, that's the whole point, is just for us to talk real cute, real funny, have a good time. And sometimes we'll talk about the heavy stuff, but we always try to bring it back to a lighter note. Listen, I'm not lying. You will get left. Listen, I won't leave you now, but at that time, we got to keep a full buck. I'm like, listen, some stuff goes down. I can't help you if you get left behind. Okay. If the apocalypse happens and you didn't have your papers together, then I'm going to pray for you on my flight, out of here. Y'all, with that being said, thank you so much for joining me and my crazy shenanigans here at Universal. And if there's another park that you would like for me to go to, typically I just like for my walk and talk, I go back and forth between Disney, between Universal, but you already know, engage with me in the comments. Y'all, I always love talking with you. Always keep it cute in the comments. And feel free, y'all, like even if you're not able to join the walk and talks, but let's just say, and y'all look at me, I'm trying to be fancy here. Give me 2 seconds. So even if you are in a place where you're like, girl, I can't catch you live, it's okay. Like, watch my live streams after the fact, drop down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, y'all. Sharing is caring, and it is absolutely free to give your girl support. I'm not going to be asking you for any coin on this live stream, at least not for now. Unless things get bad, I may have to create a little Zelle or Venmo account. But for now, y'all, just your support and your engagement is all that matters to me. So keep me posted if there are any topics that you ever want to discuss, if there are any parks that you specifically would like for me to go to, especially during certain festivals or celebrations. You know, I got you. With that being said, Heffas, it was so good seeing you. I wish you a great rest of the week. Stay safe out there. And until then, I'll catch you at our next walk and talk. Bye.